Piedmont Hospital for Children, Christiana Care Hospital, in Philadelphia and in Wilmington, Delaware. She is now a clinical neonatologist, and she specializes in neonatal and perinatal palliative care at Goria Children's Hospital. She's married to Albert, and she has 3 daughters, Violet, Louise, and Helen. The rest of her family still lives in Scranton, so it's still very much her home. She serves on our Alumni Society board, where she is the Mentorship Committee Chair, and she also serves on the board's Engagement Committee. Welcome, Dr. Buck.
Good morning to all the graduates, family and friends, and all of the faculty and staff of Geisinger Commonwealth School of Medicine. My name is Melissa Buck, and I am a graduate of the TCMC Charter Class of 2013, and it is my honor to address you all today. When I was asked to give this address, my first thought was that I'm way too young and inexperienced to have any words of wisdom for these graduates. And then it dawned on me that I am amongst the oldest alumni of Geisinger Commonwealth School of Medicine. And although that certainly does not make me wise, I have learned a few considerably important things in my early career that I want to share with you all. But to start, I want to take a moment to acknowledge all of your family members and friends who are here witnessing your graduation today. I know you are all so incredibly proud. You have made sacrifices to help get them all here and have stayed by their side. You have listened to their hopes, fears, and dreams and everything in between. You've been their backbone and their inspiration. I hate to say it, but that won't stop here. It truly does take a village, because none of us could do this work without the help and support of our family members. It's not easy loving a healthcare worker. We miss many bedtimes, weekends, holidays, and family dinners to do this work, and without the support and understanding from our families, it wouldn't be possible. You will be called upon by these young physicians and scientists to keep them afloat, and they will owe so much to you along the way. And to you graduates, you and all of the medical school graduates this year are entering the world of healthcare during an extraordinarily challenging time. Healthcare workers are being challenged every single day as we care for populations of patients with more disease burden while simultaneously working with less staff and overwhelmed resources. Our resolve has been and continues to be tested. Despite all of the challenges we face, we continue to knock over the barriers and show up every day and do our best for our patients. You will be called upon to do the same. And although that sounds unbearable, being a physician is an extraordinarily humbling and beautiful job that we are so privileged to have. I assure you it is. I learned early on that perspective matters. This vocation can be a blessing or a burden. You choose. I remind myself of this every day, many times a day. And as a neonatologist, I take care of sick newborns. When I meet a parent, I am meeting them during one of the worst, most terrifying moments of their life. Most babies heal, but some don't. I have walked many families through excruciating moments with their baby. I have been by their side to not only treat, but to bear witness, to guide, to comfort, and to help create memories. And every time, I remind myself how incredibly privileged I am to be the person in that room, to be the one guiding this family, to be the one caring for this baby. It is never a burden, and it is always an honor. What we call work is protecting and healing life. When you show up for your shift, you're not just entering a patient's room, you are entering a patient's life. You are there to protect and maintain their health, and they are trusting you to do that. When you put in perspective how important that is, you will recognize the privilege of this work, and you will be humbled and grateful for all of the people who put their trust in your hands. I know you all have the knowledge and capabilities to do this work, or you wouldn't be sitting where you are today. There are countless things you can learn from books and articles and journals, etc. But some of the most important things you need to learn, you will learn through your experiences. So always keep an open ear and an open mind. You will find that even if you are the smartest doctor or the most skilled surgeon, if you don't treat your patients with kindness, respect, and spend the time to listen to them, understand them, and communicate with them, it won't matter. A patient will always remember the words you used, how you comforted them, how you listened to them, and how you made them feel. So please, spend the time with your patients. Be genuinely empathetic and kind. It matters a great deal. And as you go out across this country, don't forget where you came from. GCSOM is rooted in a community that could not be prouder to have you as alumni. This medical college was dreamed up by a handful of community professionals who wanted to make sure that Northeastern Pennsylvania was always cared for. It was an outstanding accomplishment to build this establishment from the ground up with the greater good in mind. I grew up here in Scranton, and when I was applying to medical school, my dad was so excited about the possibility that I may be in the first class at the Scranton Medical School. Some of his buddies were amongst the founders of the school. So to shine light on how small of a town Scranton really is, my dad knew I was accepted before I did. He was the one who called me to let me know, and he was so proud. He was not just proud of my accomplishments. He, like so many other Northeastern Pennsylvania natives, was elated that a medical school was brought to life in this small town. The citizens of this area are unbelievably proud of their medical school. There is something so special and personal about that. It's hard not to feel it yourself as an alumnus. And within those walls of GCSOM, the pride and community values continue. The staff, professors, and clinical mentors provide unwavering support and guidance to every student who walks through the doors. They recognize the importance of training the next generation of doctors and scientists, and they invest themselves in our success. Their support and warmth will be long-lasting. I always smile every time I get a heartfelt response to the emails that I send to Ed, or when a student calls me for advice because Jackie said I would listen. And when my dad passed away in 2017, they were all there with kind words to lift me up. They truly treat you like one of their own. During your time here, they adapted to the changing landscape of medical education when the pandemic arrived, and so did you. Not only did you endure and succeed in a vigorous medical education curriculum, but you did so amongst an ever-changing educational climate of virtual learning and simulation. Your peers, who are now more like family than friends, have walked side by side you throughout this whole journey. You have a bond built on trials, tribulations, and celebrations that most others will not understand. That will carry through your training and careers. You will watch each other grow, build families, build careers, and share in the celebration and heartache of every step. You will beam with pride when you see a classmate author a paper that you cite, or when you refer a patient to someone you know and trust. That started here, but it will not end here. Soon you will have that official title and everything that comes along with it, including alumni of the Geisinger Commonwealth School of Medicine. There are many of us who are so proud and excited to welcome you to the Alumni Society. We hold a big responsibility of empowering and mentoring one another and giving back to this wonderful medical school and community that put us on our path forward. I know you are all up for that responsibility. You should all be so incredibly proud of yourselves. I wish you all the best as you start your next chapters, and I extend my most sincere congratulations to the class of 2022 on this outstanding accomplishment.